Silent Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
Was good.
We got Mike, and you got a special name you want to call yourself? You just want to,
So I'm Mike. That's fine.
He's Mike. He's Mike.
Mike.
And he's here.
That's
And Big Mike, how do you feel about R.Kelly?
we're just gonna jump right into it.
Take that.
We just want to know.
First off, no.
Don't take it. Okay.
You know,
Don't take it.
it's something that is atrocious of an act that acts that he's done. At the same time, why has anyone held him accountable before? I.e., we can go as far back as Kirk Franklin. Just saying. And I mean, he made multiple songs for everyone in the industry.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
him as a person is trash, behavior. At the same time, there's a lot of trash people in the industry. So, I mean, what's the feeling about the industry? I would say at that point.
Yeah. When it comes to him and what he did, I against it. Obviously, though.
Right.
But when you take into account that he had been doing this for quite some time, like you said, and you still
New
like
nation.
and just like you previously said,
Do you want a revolution?
multiple people still was getting in line because they knew if I had R. Kelly write my song, I'm going to the top of the charts. It's just how it is.
True.
And they knew full well, because if they're saying all this stuff, a lot of stuff happened in his studio. Well, where did you record your song that R. Kelly wrote you? Probably in his studio. You probably had to stop by and see, the deals that he had, his little poop buckets and all that.
You weren't supposed to say that part, though.
My whole thing was, like I say, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't separate the person from the music. But you would listen to R. Kelly before. If you would listen to him before this whole, what was Surviving R. Kelly came out, my whole thing is you knew what he was doing. You just overlooked it. Because with the whole thing that happened with Aaliyah and all that kind of stuff, too, you knew the whole thing that happened with Sparkle's cousin.
And Sparkle, even though she denies it.
Yeah, she denies it, but Sparkle's husband say, yeah, she did it.
She did.
Her husband say that. So I'm sorry. And you ain't going to be over here like, oh, no, I have everything to lose by saying that. Yeah, I was about that like too.
Yes. At the same time.
I got to be a jerk about this.
Go ahead.
That's like that girl back in college that got the train ran on her. And now all of a sudden.
Guardrail?
Nah, I'm just saying. There's always some girl back in the day that wild out and did some stuff. And it's like, nobody really knock her for it. But she trying her hardest to separate herself from it. So she don't want nobody ever to think that this ever happened. But it happened.
Yeah.
Well, what usually happens, she moves to another school.
Yeah. And that's usually what happens.
Yeah. Because you
We
have to.
all know a couple people that
Had to relocate.
Yeah.
Relocate for their sanity. It's cool.
It's like,
So, at the same time, some of them were, as far as the definition, I did look up, definition of trafficking in whatever
that's what he's
capacity.
charged with.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what he's charged with. They say basically anything that's not consensual by an adult is that, right? But there were parents that wrote letters and signed agreements for their children to be under his tutelage. At what point are we going to then also take it? And the thing is, it's not just, and I don't like to focus in on R. Kelly per se,
Right.
because you still have, if you want to talk about separating the artist from the person, No one's finna stop watching Toy Story. And Tim Allen and what all he did back in the day.
First of all, we go James Brown. We could also talk about Elvis Presley.
Woody Allen. We can go down the list.
I'm still trying. What happened with Tim Allen? How did
cocaine?
Okay.
And other trafficking still. Not people.
Hey, what? Nah, bro. I'm not watching. I'm gonna keep watching Toy Story for that. Like
exactly. Regardless of all the charges he has.
Hey, got a dealer too. Like,
I'm just saying, like, if we hook everybody up to a lie detector test where they couldn't lie for 24 hours, there'd be no more Hollywood. There wouldn't be a lot of marriages no more.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a lot of stuff that was like, you know what? Yeah, because everybody do dirt. Everybody's done some type of dirt. Now, I ain't done no R.Kelly dirt.
No.
Nah, I ain't about that life. But
right.
I'm like, if somebody just found okay, yeah, you kind of did some shicey stuff.
What's the
right
line
there.
is what you're saying.
Well,
what is the line where society or whoever is going to look at it and say, oh no, how dare you? And then when people say that, they say that as if they don't have dirt on them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So again, case in point, the parents
said killed himself in his making millions of dollars. I forgot the guy.
Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, he killed himself. But then, the conspiracy is he had dirt on basically everybody about things that they've done. And then magically he just...
Oh, no, not him. Sorry, wrong person. Anthony Bourdain actually did kill himself, though. Not wrong person, sorry.
Anthony Bourdain was the guy who had a dream job.
Yeah, traveled and all
travel the world, eat food.
Wasn't that him, though?
Drink and talk.
No, not at all.
It was...
I would have to look it up at another time.
Okay, we're
going
but I know
comments.
It's another person.
Like, it was a dude
but magically got shot magically committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head.
That was
that was another one. That was another one. That was another.
We're
on the right track.
You'd be surprised.
He was in custody.
Oh, okay.
Nah, that was the dude Hawkeye played. Yeah, one of the Avengers.
Gotcha. Oh, you talking about the other dude, the white guy who was in the prison cell? What didn't he hang himself?
Okay. It's a lot of people that done some janky stuff.
People.
Because this dude was the dude that he had a whole bunch of information on, like, basically everybody in Hollywood. And
Jeffrey
stuff.
Epstein.
Thank you. Yes, that's who it was. Man, there's a lot of them out there. But
he had SD cards. He had memory. He had servers of information of everybody.
He had business on what everybody did. Everybody wilding out, doing some stuff, doing them things that R. Kelly in trouble for right now.
And not just Hollywood either. Mm-hmm. We talking about political. We talking about, and we ain't talking about just Republicans, Democrats, Independents. I mean, everybody. But
they end up Xing him out. My thing was
with
with R. Kelly.
It was accident.
You got the data.
He has asthma. He had asthma attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He ain't make it.
But the whole thing is R. Kelly does some janky stuff. And I'm not going to sit here. But if you listen to his music.
He also told you.
Seems like you're ready. Mm-hmm. He was the Pied Piper of R&B. The Pied Piper was the person that played the flute to get all the little children to come out and dance and play and stuff and like lure them into the woods.
Out from the village.
Mm-hmm.
And no lie, if you listen to A Step in the Name of Love, and the way it starts, he's playing a flute. And he said, you know who it is? It's the Pied Piper of R&B. Whoa. Like, sir? Can you not play the flute on top of it?
He's just trying to let you know.
But he had all these songs. And don't get me wrong, people lined up to go to his concerts, for him to write their albums. Everybody was trying to get on that. Mm-hmm. Joe, his whole album, More and More, and all that kind of stuff.
Joe albums went hard though.
Yeah, R. Kelly was writing that. Then all of a sudden, Joe said R. Kelly blackballed him. Mm-hmm. But it was like a lot of people. Basically anybody you could name that had a real kind of melody kind of flow. Maxwell had his songs by R.
Any
Kelly.
song, and Dilla's is it's almost like it's almost like he is the Robert Johnson of our generation. Robert Johnson was the inventor of blues, where it was rumored that he sold his soul to the devil, and his music was just off the chart. Think of any song that you really like by any artist, like top 5. One of those songs is gonna be written by R. Kelly. You Are Not Alone, Michael Jackson. Bump Bump Bump, B2K.
No.
1 in a Million. Just the whole album pretty much. The age ain't nothing but a number. I mean, it goes across. Whitney Houston had plenty of. I mean, it is. It's a point where again, if you, I think there's a point where you're looking at what he did as if that is the worst.
Right.
Like there can't be anything worse than that. When people are saying like, you can't support. How can you still support? It's not the worst thing. Not saying it's okay.
No.
But at the same all right.
My question is
that was after.
Okay, let's hypothetically, if R. Kelly, since R. Kelly's in prison,
Well, I know he did it.
This ain't 2004.
Most of us seen the tape.
Since he's in prison,
Yeah.
if R. Kelly ghost writes a song for you from prison, can we then separate? Because at this point, he's no longer doing that to at least girls. So, because I'd be like, I need a hit. I know he can write one. All he gonna need is some honey bun cigarettes.
So kind of a thing here though. R. Kelly had like a 19-minute song that came out, I think 2017, 2018, where he said that he actually can't read. So I don't know if he actually gonna be able to write in jail.
I consider him a recorder, bro. They got burner phones.
Bro, they got TikTok.
You be surprised.
They got TikTok. They doing dances.
First of all, what if R. Kelly becomes like a TikTok star in prison? Just
First of all, it said his sales went up when the trial and stuff was going on.
Brother, his sales never went down.
Even though I don't see
Boy,
how
Carter,
that at one point in time his net worth was over $250 million is broke now.
because he wasn't getting that money.
Again, he can't read.
Bro, you don't need to read, but can you do the math? Like, you can do math?
Honestly,
you can't read, you can't do math, you can't. What can you do?
He can sing.
He can sing.
I know
and he can play. He can play the flute. Apparently, he's a piper. He can lead.
He played
Listen,
the
hey,
flute himself.
try to listen to that song. Y'all try. Hey, one time, let it spin one time. Step in the name of love, right? And try not to dance from beginning to end. Try it.
It's not possible.
It's the hardest thing ever in life.
You just got to do it.
It's the hardest thing ever. You can't. It's not. It is. There's a chance.
I just feel like at this point we should just say Robert went to prison and we listen to R. Kelly.
I'm cool with that.
His mama said. When his mama told him, his mama did. Robert, you remember that I Wish video?
No.
Robert, don't be doing that with them girls. That's what she said. You got to listen close. Turn the volume up.
It's in the background.
Is it a background?
This is where we're going.
But we again, people act like, oh, you can't support or whatever. Turn off your music then. He's just as ingrained as
Elvis Presley,
or even Michael Jackson owned pretty much everyone.
Most of Sony.
I mean, half of the
album.
catalog. So, and for R. Kelly to write all those songs for even Michael, he had all them other songs too. And just to put a pin in it, we didn't all graduate to I Believe I Can Fly.
So we got to ban our graduation.
Man, get out of here. Look out.
I got to go back and get that back.
Look, I asked a very close person to me that I happen to be married to. Okay. Have you stopped listening to R. Kelly? And she said no. Like, how? Why would you ask me that?
First of all, I went to a 90s.
Like,
why would you
ask me that?
Me and my wife went to a 90s party, listen to music and everything, and it was a good time. But in my mind, I told my wife and her friends this. I was like, You know, it's weird because I'm like, it's the 90s. I ain't heard one R. Kelly song. And you know for a fact, anybody about the 90s, you can't touch the 90s without
But
R.
my
Kelly.
thing is, you heard R. Kelly's songs. He just didn't sing it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, he was playing that whole night. It was just he wasn't singing the lyrics. That's it.
Like,
I don't want to support him. Put on
More
that B2K.
and more.
Put on that Maxwell.
Put that on.
man, fortunate. How many people are, and I'm never sing a song.
Go ahead.
Oh my mind. Man,
let 'em use
everybody was hitting that mood. It's like, R. Kelly is a staple person. But if we want to say we're going to cancel R. Kelly and all that kind of stuff, and that, how come they ain't banning the church? The Catholic Church got a lot of priests.
Hey.
No. These are facts.
He's just
not,
playing.
It's not opinion.
He's just playing.
He's
just playing.
I'm just saying, these are facts, not opinion. And my thing
FBI, don't move.
Take him down.
Break it.
Take the shot.
Man,
Take the shot.
Not because they can let it be one man. They can let it be, even a industry, but an organization, a faith. That can never be.
Not more than 1, 2, 10 priests have done these things over the years.
Not even in just America. We talking about the world, Craig.
Yeah.
But
the world.
That's just the facts. It's not opinions, not my feelings about it. Because as a man of God, I would hope you hold the standard. But some men have failed. But that's even in Baptists. Who was it? Eddie Long.
Oh, hey, man. Rest in peace.
Hey. Hey. We
can't on the roll today.
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, no, I'm just calling the truth.
I respect it though. Go
but
for it.
all I'm saying is, if you're gonna call the truth on one thing, hey, we gotta start bringing what's done in the dark will come to the light.
Right.
Biblical scripture.
Well, I mean, the hotel room he was in, they had lights.
It could have been dark in there. He turned the light on.
Kept it on.
Yeah. My thing is, so with that being said, because I know it's a lot of artists out there who, musicians and whatever, they hitting you with that statement. Oh, ban R. Kelly, this, that, and the third. But, a lot of their darkest secrets still in their closet. So I'm like, in order for you to take the moral high ground as an artist, I feel like you would have to expose everything that you, and we have to check your reps. You're like, oh, yeah, she was 13, but technically she was, and you'd be like, oh, yeah, because, like you said, if Elvis was still alive, I guarantee Elvis would be like, yeah, forget R. Kelly.
You want to know why that's not going to happen, even though Elvis did have a 14-year-old?
Married her.
African Americans are trained to give up our own for the moral high ground.
Right.
They ain't gonna give up Elvis. No. Jewish people are not gonna give up Woody Allen. I mean, he groomed his stepdaughter to be his wife. Like, nah, he had multiple movies, bro. Ants. You gonna stop watching it? No. I mean, it's several things that other cultures, ethnicities, races will do, but black people, by and large, are trained meritorious manumission, where we give up or we tell on one of our own for master's approval, and then we get elevated. And now look at me. If you do right too, you can be up here. Where instead of us, not saying he don't need to be in jail.
Yeah, he do.
Put him in jail. It don't need he doesn't need to be made the pinnacle.
Right.
Cosby don't need to be made the pinnacle.
Right.
Pick up. I mean, you have people. What's his name? DeAndre Hopkins. Before you even go to trial, people are already convicting you.
Right.
So it's like, and we are the ones that will be first, especially if you're in entertainment, if you're in any type of public view. Oh, you got to condemn them off front, off bat, regardless.
Yeah.
Even though you got Big Ben actually raped several women.
Right.
So I mean, it's like, well, we are trained. We are predisposed. My bad. Predisposed to giving up our own for that moral high ground.
My last question. We're gonna move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just music now. But let's just say R. Kelly found the cure to cancer. Does everyone stop taking the cure?
No, they would just try separate that cure from him.
You would separate the work from the man.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the equivalent would be music. Like, hey, yeah, buddy, you trash, but your music's great. I can't help that. And
do you want to know what the cure to cancer? Because you already did it.
oh,
It's the Popper R&B, y'all.
whoa.
Y'all stupid. And the next.
Whoa. All right. So, should you marry for love or money?
Well,
I mean, being men at the table, it'd be difficult to marry for money. But if Oprah's down, I'm with it. My wife's with it.
Hey, me and my wife agreed on this. It's like, hey,
I got you. Okay, the beneficiary.
Whatever. We're gonna write that in.
Gonna get that money.
Take it to
Don't worry,
Africa. I can have 2, 3.
I love you. I love you. I'm gonna keep sending you this money.
No, I'm Oprah gonna have to understand. Look, you know what this is. Like, let's not make this something more. Like, let's make it what it is.
Oh, you don't really love me? No.
So
you knew I didn't.
So in a way now, men can actually say if they are going to marry for money, in a sense, where they're looking at how much debt you have. So if you have $300,000 student loan, and
you got 300,000.
Hold on, and you have.
Did she graduate?
She graduated eventually, with a degree in
cosmetology.
No, that makes way too much money. Give me one, Jeremy.
Social sciences.
There we go. Social sciences. Or what's it? General studies. I just went there. Degree.
I was there. I can't.
I mean, that's why that is a way that guys could say that they're going to marry for money. Just looking at how much of my money you going to take. Because once, especially don't let her have to continue to go to school afterwards. Because now once you're married, that debt is now yours too by that paper.
But depending on what kind of guy you are, because we all know there's a lot of guys out here is like, man, I don't know, it's just something about her. Don't even worry about that. We'll get through it together.
Well, it ain't tricking if you got it, but
but just, like,
it's still
to a degree, like
on student loans.
If she fine enough, like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna just say it plain. Beautiful women make money, bro. Like
daily.
If you got a chick who's a model, like, you probably married her because she was a model, but she got money, so technically you married for money, because if she's beautiful, most times she gonna have somebody trying to pay her.
She has the ability to have money.
So basically, she has. It's not even that necessarily she may even have the money. Sometimes she has a way to generate income. She is an asset.
She's an asset. And beauty is an asset. Yes.
And we all know that's true, even though there's going to be some ugly dude or some ugly chick that's like, that shouldn't be what it, like, let's be honest here. More attractive people get away with stuff that ugly people don't.
Right.
We know it's true. Like, the prettier you are, the more leeway you get on a lot of stuff. You come talk to somebody, and they'll be like... Thirst
is a range between ugly and cute. The uglier you are, the thirstier you are.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I didn't come here for this.
It's just the truth. This is the world we live in.
If she calls you thirsty, she's basically saying, you're ugly, stop talking to me. If she says, he's showing interest, then she thinks you're cute already. So you know, unless you do something that's truly thirsty, like next level thirsty, you're going to be winning. But marrying for money, I feel like a lot of women do. Because at the end of it, they be like, would you rather be in love and broke? I figure if you ask 100 women, would you rather be truly in love, but living check to check, hardships, hard times, all that, or live extremely comfortable and just hate that guy?
Well,
they be like, I'll live extremely comfortable and cheat with the other guy, you know.
Right. Yeah. But 32% of divorces are based on finances, right? Now that's as of recent, right? But by and large, the bulk of the time that there has been records for divorce and it being as great as it is now, I mean 50% of marriages end in divorce. I mean that's one out of two.
One out of two.
And it's three of us here.
So you're saying like it's not multiple choice, it's true false.
Exactly.
Are you married? False. Are you married? True.
Right. And so for it to end that way over finance, the basically money, if it is ending that way in a way that is the reason that you did get married, if I'm looking at the data from my interpretation, that's the reason you got married. At the same time, if you also look it up, that it'll also say, when I say it, meaning Google, that 71% of divorces are caused or the reason behind it is lack of commitment. What is the point of even? I mean, so either they have the money and they lose it, or like I'm not just really here for it. It really doesn't even seem to matter. Either way, it's like it's going true false. It's going in.
Yeah.
It's going.
So I mean, even if they do get married for money, they gon' dip.
Yeah.
At
certain points.
Some point.
But the whole thing about marriage, like, is because I believe more nowadays we put so much emphasis on making more than the rest. Like okay, yes, I would hope you got married for love. Like because you love someone you truly want to and see yourself building. I believe if both of you are heading in the right direction that you supposed to be, then okay, you can have money. You may not be making millions. That's okay. But everybody in the world don't make millions. 99% of the world makes under $100,000 a year. So my thing is like, okay, if you making, let's say you making your 50,000, I'm making my 50,000. Hey, that's 100,000. We doing good here. But one of the things that more people now want to look at is, hey, I want it all instead of working for. Hey, okay, you're not gonna give them both up front. You're not gonna get the dude that loves you 1,000%, willing to sacrifice and do everything for you. And he is everything that you wanted, and he got the money. At the same time, like something you're gonna have to start building on. But then some people, they look at it as, hey, I want the guy that's already put together. Now, if I'm already $1 million in, I'm like, bruh, it ain't too much you could tell me. I got what you want.
Right.
You ain't got what I want. You got what I want at this moment. But I could find 4, 5, 10, 15 more that want what you got.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think what the issue is with that, because I want them already done, right? Is that oh boy, hot take. We have conditioned our women from childhood that, oh, you're a princess, you deserve the world, you should get that, right? And that's hoping that the daddy was there.
Yeah, that is open.
And then if it's not daddy there, then TV saying you definitely deserve the world because you can get whatever you want, long as you show them this look or whatever. But not attributing that most people are average, and average people are going to need work. Average people it is going to be 50-50. It's going to, because for the median income, meaning both people that can work and husband and wife that can work, is $50,000 still, where the cost of living is damn near over 80. No, we gotta work together.
We gotta keep working
to scratching and surviving. Good times. Like we have to be here together. And if we are steadily seeing that, well, you have to already be done. You already have to be ready, and I just got to step into it. Well, then now you step in with this expectation. The expectation isn't met. You're frustrated, and now like commitment or finances, I'm out. And again, even with the point that you said about love, if people think that it's going to be a feeling that they have all the time instead of an action, love isn't so much a feeling that you have; it's an action. I don't feel like doing these dishes. It's not my night to even do these dishes. But she's not feeling well. I'm gonna go ahead and do these dishes.
But
that is more love than, well, I feel butterflies when she walk in the room. Like, nah, man.
no.
see,
She cussed me out a second ago, but I'm still gonna do these dishes.
That's the one thing, as three married men right here, each one of us could say, man, we love our wives. But do I like you all the time?
I ain't gotta like you.
Like, sometimes, like...
You gotta take that with Mr. Witwicky. You gotta do that with me.
Like, I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, people have this idea of love being this magical thing at all times. You like everything about everything they do. Y'all don't have no issues. Y'all don't have no drama.
Let them use you.
On my nerves.
Amen.
Like,
Preach.
those things like that. That's not love. That's the fairy tale that they try to tell you about love.
Bring it home. Bring it home.
How I look at it is, like, liking somebody is the feeling. That's the butterflies. I like you. I feel like love is always going to be a decision. Most people say it's a foolish decision, but it is a decision. And you have to, if you intend to be in a long-lasting relationship, you have to make that decision.
Daily.
Because it's going to be certain times where I don't like you. I don't get the butterflies when you're in the room, but I decided to be in this and commit to you. So whatever you bring in at this point in time, whether it be your attitude or it be a plate of food, whatever you bringing, I'm going to accept that from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
You say you brought me a plate, man. Hey, look out.
Like, but that's really what it is. It's like people. I just get past this whole.
But
Well,
that's what
fairy
people
tale
try to
love, like,
give you is this magical thing that
not.
well, it just happens.
But the deal is, even with butterflies and stuff, think about the botanical gardens. They have butterflies in the botanical garden.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Ain't no butterflies in the winter.
No.
There's a point where it still ain't the deals. You still got to maintain it. You still got to go in there and cover it. You still have work you have to do. You are not going to get that good feeling every single time. Again, I would say what I would attribute that lack of commitment, because people don't understand. They think that, oh, well, I just saw my big mama, because I ain't see they mama. Big mama mad at Pawpaw all the time. Then, I don't want that. Big mama stayed. And then when Pawpaw died, Big Mama was taken care of. Big Mama had that house, and you think about Big Mama's house, or you think about Big Mama's land or farm or whatever. Pawpaw the one that set it up, and then they worked together. He took care of the field and all out there and stuff. She took care of the house. She raised your mama. She raised your uncle, your dad. She did all of that, and then at some point he did his duty.
Right.
That's the part that's being missed.
He tried to play his part. So, now, I'll say it like this, and I've told people this a lot of times. Sometimes older school dudes, they didn't play their full part. They played what they knew. It was like, I got my lane, you got your lane. I ain't getting out of my lane, you don't get out of your lane. This is how we make it happen. Yes, did they need to kind of swerve back and forth every now and again? Yes. Now, as the newer generation, how we look at it is like, oh, well, she just let him do all this stuff, or he just let her do all this. Oh,
I deserve to be happy.
One right.
I just be like, I don't understand how people, don't get me wrong, there is happiness and love, sure.
Yes.
But I don't feel like love and happiness are they're not the same thing. Like love, the reason it's two different words in the dictionary is because it's two different phases. Like you can love somebody and be displeased with them. Like I can be.
That I was about to say.
Yeah.
Think about Al Green's love and happiness versus let's stay together. Think about it. Now, where would you normally hear love and happiness? Would you normally hear that at a juke joint?
Make you come home early.
Right. Make you stay out all night long, right?
Yeah.
You ain't listening at no wedding. You're listening to Let's Stay Together
Yeah.
at a wedding. So there is a difference in there being like happiness and all this other, and I deserve to be happy. Okay, cool. I deserve to be happy. I go to work. My boss pissed me off. I'm driving and I'm going 5 miles over, and the car next to me, they fly past me going 20. The cop pulls me over. I deserve to be happy. Don't pull me over. Like, no, like happiness comes and go. You got to deal with it. You got to put stuff in place, and you still have stuff you need to do.
Right.
So yeah.
If your happiness, one thing, if your happiness fluctuate that quickly, you really gotta assess yourself at that point.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
This
Issues.
podcast is soon to be sponsored by BetterHelp.
I'm just saying, I pull up, if you telling me, oh, my boss may be upset, buddy,
done.
you can ask people at work right now. They be like, the best thing about Brian, it don't matter. There's no range. Like,
Yeah.
I'm consistent. Because when I walk out that door, I'm Brian. When I'm here 8 hours, I'm Brian, the engineering person over here helping you get this hospital back in shape. That's what I do. But the second I clock out, it's B-Hunt again. I'm going to hop in my car. Don't call me, talk about the problem. I don't care.
Right.
I'm only here for these 8 hours, and
Office hours.
it's emotionless.
9 to
To
5.
5.
The only emotion I've been informed to show is compassion. Like, oh, you had this issue, man. If I was living as B Hunt right now, I would not. I would not want that to happen to me either. So Brian, the engineer, is gonna fix that for you, so you can feel like B Hunt would feel.
Right.
Like, but as far as B Hunt is happy. When I leave, I'm happy guy. I can't take it home, and it just don't work. Brush your
And the deal is that's what marriage is. If someone is to be married, even if they marry for money, you got Jada coming out now saying that she ain't. I never really knew how to love, and now at my 25th year being married, to notably, if we were to say in this generation, in our lifetime, Will Smith has to be the happiest person on earth by our eyes. If we were to look outside looking in, we would think that is that would be right.
No,
you would think that. You would think that. But go ahead and plug it and get that.
Oh, nah, I ain't gonna plug book, but I was listening. They were talking about Will Smith wrote a book, and then he was talking about how he was trying to do so much for her birthday, and she was like, "Oh, you didn't do this for me. You did this for you." And
your ego.
And I'm like, okay. And then
of course I did that for me. Like that's like it's not a. I hate that is twisted. Like, oh well, you did this for. Yes, I if I bought this, if I did this, if I go and I get screens and curtains and all this stuff set up and go and order papados, and I bring that to the house, I go buy candles, and I go, of course I'm doing that for me. I want to feel good that I did something for you.
Right.
People don't buy gifts just for the selfless idea of just, I want you to just have this and I don't want to see you happy. There's no way of really doing anything and not thinking that I want to do this for me.
Look at it like this. I want to be that one that put that smile on her face. Man, you go bring your wife a beautiful diamond necklace right now, and she just start cheesing and everything. It'll make you feel good too.
Bro, go fill up her car. Just keep it basic. Go fill up her car without her having to do it. I mean, it ain't even like a whole lot. And you do that for you. It's out of duty, but also I want to do that for me. Like it is for me. If I go and if I buy this for you, I do this for you, I throw this party for you. Yes. Now, if I don't take into consideration that, let's say maybe you're an introvert, that you don't like to be around a lot of people and all the other stuff, and I start showing you off and I take over, then yeah, I can see where you can take it that, oh, you didn't do this for me, you did this for yourself. But if it's for you in the vein of everything that you like and that you want, miss me with that. And a lot of things are twist and turn that, oh, well, again, chivalry is dead, but you still need to open this door for me. Oh, don't objectify me as a sex object, but I still should be able to slut walk. No, you can't have it all.
You can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
But
Having your cake and
society,
eating it too does not exist.
That's
Right.
Physically, it can't. You cannot. There are opportunity costs. You cannot eat the cake that is still right there and it still be right there. So, and that's the deal that's being missed.
Yeah.
Sorry, that you triggered me.
Oh nah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Well, they say that's another woman named Trigger Man. But I'm just saying that whole idea right there is we keep trying to make everything so perfect, bruh. Like, this is life. You're not gonna do everything perfect, man. I'm gonna roll with the punches,
Right.
and I'm gonna suck it up. What? Hey, if I gotta take these punches, I'm gonna take these punches. But I'm gonna give it a few too. But that's the big issue. Nobody wanna take no punches. Everybody wanna do all the punches.
Equal rights, equal lefts. Next topic.
Is internet induced increased sexual prospects? So because the internet gives you more people to have sex with, is that creating a decline in marital prospects? People that you can have long lasting relationships with, marriages with, you know what I'm saying? So is it because the supply of sex is so high, does that make the demand for long lasting relationships diminish?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna just say for me, I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because I was working at a hospital back in college, and I had conversations with doctors and people that were around in the 60s, 70s, 80s. They talking wild and reckless about all the things. Oh, they were flipping chicks and dudes too. And everybody was doing their thing. No, I'm just being real. Like
gymnastics.
Like,
I don't think that's OSHA approved in the hospital.
No,
get that syringe.
You get up on that gurney like that, girl.
The doctors, nurses, and stuff be wilding.
Look at me.
But everybody like, oh no, they're just professional. Nah, they be wilding. But the whole thing is these people are way older than me, and they were like, oh yeah, we used to do that, but people knew what it was. It was like, okay, you did your thing, I did my thing. When we got, if I find something that I want for mine, okay, that's mine. Okay, if we got it, whatever we do, that's what we do. But right, it was basically like a standard was set. It's me and you. We're gonna be together. We're gonna make this thing happen. Okay, we all mess up. We all make mistakes and things like that. But they basically had that line is like, okay, this is one thing you know is going to be a serious issue. Like, you got another family on the other side of town for some people. Nowadays, basically, we don't allow any room for any error. If you mess up on anything, like, don't come home with, get fired. Oh, that's a big red flag. Oh, all these things. And then next thing you know, people over here dipping, dabbling, cheating and all this other kind of stuff because they're like, nah, I can't put up with it. I can't. Like, I've heard women say, I can put up with everything except for broke niggas.
Well, how I look at the reason I asked the question is, let's just say you went to the store. What type of bread do you like?
Mrs. Baird.
So you go to the store and you looking on the shelf and there's one loaf of Mrs. Baird bread, your favorite bread, but you see the first slice on it is molded, right? What do you do?
You go get some other bread then.
First off, what you need to do, you take the customer service. Get them to mark it down.
Yeah. But I asked all that to simply say where there's abundant supply, because it's simple. Abundant supply. I don't have to take the marred or the scar. I don't have to take that. I don't have to take the moldy bread. I can just go over and get this one.
Sunbeam right there.
This is right here.
Gal bread.
I got this. So even though the doctors and all them was like, oh yeah, we was flipping nurses. Yeah, okay, you flipping moldy bread, but that's because you couldn't go and talk to some chick in California and be like, I'm a doctor. I can fly you out. Because then I guarantee you he would have been flipping girls from KOD.
You know how much long distance used to be? put a 1 in front of that number. see if you don't get your ass whooped by your mama. Man, using up my long distance. Hey, let me see you, homie.
Yeah,
go give me a switch. So I mean, the internet bridged that distance gap. I mean, a lot of things have changed.
To get distance.
I mean, it's. I wish I looked up the statistic for it, but it's common knowledge knowing that since Facebook, so many relationships and marriages have been obliterated. Not even by them actually getting back together, but them just following up with their old fling, and they saying, "Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Hey, I was thinking about." Now they just reminiscing for 6 months, 8 months at a time, and now, not that they ever actually got together, but now they just had that little fling online, and now it's breaking up stuff. Now, conversely, if someone is meeting up with someone, right? And I do have statistics for that. 23% of people are actually getting into long-term relationships or marriages. What that means is 77% of people are not getting in long-term relationships or marriages, but 56% of people are actually hooking up and dating and just soiling their royal oats.
Yeah, it's a lot of soil out there. The internet put a lot of cyber soil out there, and a lot of people playing
topsoil.
Yeah, and it's not deep. It's just a good rain. It's gonna wash away, but you know what I'm saying.
It ain't even set side. It's just laying on there.
It just looks like it's fertile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, kind of a tough one.
Now, can you still do wrong without technology? Yes. Actually, can you get away with it a lot better without technology? Yes. Actually, the deal is now, technology is here. Somebody can have your location, and you forget that they still have your location. Now, hey, what you doing at so and so? So how you know how to get here?
Oh, what about the one where the Wi-Fi? You just
automatically sync up.
Yeah, automatic sync up.
I don't need the password.
I don't need the password. So how many times you been here?
And the deal is this ain't just a man thing either.
It's women.
It's man and women. It's I think it's 28% of, let's say, black men specifically. 28%. Let's say men. 28% of men. 28% of black men have admitted to cheating. Right. 24% of black women have admitted to cheating. Yes. The deal is there are at least 1 million or 2 million more black women than there are black men. So percentage-wise, that 24% has a little bit more weight. No. So it's like, well, it ain't just like it's one or the other. Now, keep in mind, there's ones that admit it, and two, there's the opposite end that it's almost 70% of people out there that's actually not cheating. Yeah. So it's actually a good thing. It's a good thing. That it is not, this astronomical number. So there are people that if they are going to enter into a relationship, it's not going to be as viable if they actually go out, if they do it online. If they actually go out and actually meet someone at the grocery store where they work, actually most likely where it will happen, then those are the ones that last, they will enter those long-term relationships, right, and it will last. But if you get online, you can have fun.
Yeah.
But that's the main place to have fun. You could be anything you want to be online. And let's be honest. Online, everybody's either, the most suave, hood dude, all this stuff. Everybody a rapper, or they are ball player. Man, I hear so many people talk about how good they play ball. Nigga, you suck. Like, there's so many dudes.
You can reinvent yourself.
Yes, you could be anything you want to be online. You tell everybody all the great things, but none of the bad things. Mm-hmm. Now, when they see you in person, oh, he got that big ball spot right there. Oh, or he over here. He said, oh, he was stocky. Man, he's short and fat.
No, he meant he was a stalker at Walmart. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to tell the stories about this guy. Like,
Man,
obviously better.
It's
Well,
all
we-
these things.
Even to the point of people that are sending nudes to each other are getting the news from Google Images. Like you can literally,
Bruh.
you can. It's like
That's just weird.
I've seen her before. Like that ain't you. I know what this is. I know this. Like, that's what this is.
This is Ashley Baxter.
If y'all at the point where y'all got Google Images and stuff, bruh, just give up.
Let me take
Just
off this
give
watermark real quick.
Like,
Clear this off.
Just give up. Just give up. Like, I never understood that because either you gonna do it if you about that life, be about that life. But don't go get some.
Jeremy, there's a whole show called Catfish. Like
know, but it's just like-
it is great to get out there and
But
it
you
is
ain't
one of the
never
main
FaceTime
places.
someone. First of all, iPhone is the number one phone in America that's bought in America now. You gonna sit here and tell me y'all been talking for this long, you ain't FaceTime or nothing?
My camera broke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go out there, go to any establishment and tell me how many out of 10 women that look good, right? And they don't have a crack screen.
Man,
It's gonna be at least 7.
First of all, just because you have a cracked screen don't mean
It's cracked right on the
that-
camera.
it's
It cracked
your
right on the camera. Camera broke.
Oh, it cracked on the camera.
It's cracked
That's
right
where
there.
we're going.
It's cracked right there. Right down the line.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Grab your
because-
friend phone.
What you say?
Grab your friend phone.
Is breaking up my Sprint.
Yeah,
bought,
you're right. We
T-Mobile,
breaking up.
T-Mobile
We
bought
breaking
Sprint.
up right now.
First of all, I don't
Okay.
see how you
Okay.
could
Good luck.
catfish.
Go find somebody else.
Blocked.
You dusty anyway. You're dusty.
Man, all I'm saying, because I remember back when I was in the game in my early 20s,
Yeah.
I had my iPhone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeremy,
I had the iPhone 5.
Jeremy.
iPhone
In your
5.
early 20s?
Yeah, early 20s. What? Yes.
I
had
didn't
the
know
iPhone 5.
they didn't call the rotary phone an iPhone. It's just a rotary.
20s?
Just-
Ain't that old.
Look.
I just turned
Bro,
35. So
Damn it.
Just
Wrong number.
because you named your scribe iPhone.
first of
Don't
all,
mean-
I just turned 35. So, while they over here
Send this message.
Anyways, but no, I had the iPhone 5. That was my first iPhone ever.
Pony Express.
And I was like, okay, cool.
Don't
I'm
say
over
early
here.
20s though. That's where you lost the credibility. Early
That's when
20s?
the iPhone 5 came out, yes.
Jeremy.
It was the iPhone 4, 3, 2.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Just say
Jeremy.
Over here trying to be funny and stuff.
Jeremiah
I'm
Leonard
Sir.
Dentrick
Sir.
Hicks.
Sir.
Sir.
No, that's not no. I don't know what you talking about.
Right. Just like I don't know why you talk about you had an iPhone 5 in your early 20s.
I did. Look up when the
Hey,
iPhone
hey,
5
what I
came out.
say? What I say? Your sister worked for the CIA too, right? You got it. Go ahead.
Had
Early 20s.
stepsisters,
Early 20s,
I'm
iPhone
just
5.
trying to get to the story.
Keep going.
Finish.
Oh, sorry, sir. No, the
Fake
fact
news,
of the matter is FaceTime. You could FaceTime people, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your phone broke.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Send me a picture right now. What you doing?
Oh, and you just had pictures like that too. You sent it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Yes.
The early
Everybody
20s?
know I had
In
pictures.
your early 20s?
First of all, ever since I had a phone, yes. Are y'all gonna sit here? Oh, my bad, Mike. Mike didn't get pictures like that. I'm sorry, sir.
Early 20s.
Yes. Yes. Ever since I had a phone, sir. Yes.
They had that in 2002. All right, so then they sent the
First of all, they had the Razor in 2005.
All right.
By the way.
So yeah.
Yeah, while you over here trying to be funny.
Spin the record.
Well, we ain't switching topics. Y'all still got 7 minutes on this. Y'all just want to switch? We can switch.
Oh,
But-
he just over here worried about the wrong thing. But the whole thing is you should like everybody doing everything on the internet.
Right.
Like there's certain things you should be able to know what's going on in the internet. You should be able to tell if this is the actual person that you talking to. Now, okay, if you far away and stuff, like you ain't gonna send me a picture once every 3 months. Like there were people on Catfish talking about they've been talking to each other for 8 months.
For 2 years. I
Like, it
I
made
never
no
got a
sense.
picture. I kept sending them money though. I sent him
like,
$27,000.
I be thinking to myself, people have to be. I don't know why I'm not a millionaire, bro. If people are this loose with their cash, I should really have a lot more money.
God ain't had that for you, man. Look out. You don't need that. You don't
I got something for me.
he ain't got that though.
I gotta talk.
He ain't got that though.
We gonna talk about that.
Either way, I'm just like.
And then you get put on catfish.
Come on,
you
God.
coming out there. You got 1 foot higher than the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But what happened? Either way, going back. So going back to the main point of this conversation, which is, I do believe that where there's an ample supply, the demand decrease. If I'm getting with a female and you telling me, okay, all the things that people suspect you get married for, because they don't, if you ain't got married, you don't necessarily know exactly what you're getting from it. So what you suspect you getting, because this is what, basically. Mm-hmm. You want to talk to beautiful people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I got an abundance of beautiful people. I got a friend list of 1,000 individuals, and half of them most likely are women, and half of that is beautiful. Okay? Mm-hmm. Sorry for the other half, but it is what it is. What? It's real life. Okay?
It's unfortunate.
Then, of that, at least a quarter of that half that are beautiful can cook, so I can get a meal. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then...
That's a generous, very generous amount that you said.
Yeah, and a quarter.
I said half of the... It was half. I don't know what that
half and half, it would be a quarter.
I'm saying that's still generous. That's nice.
I'm trying to be nice.
Compassion.
Nah, I'm not going to be nice.
Okay. No. And then you can go back to just the first half. Mm-hmm. Half of them are going to have sexual encounters. Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole. So, if you're looking for sex, you're talking. You got a larger labor pool. I'm gonna call them labor because sex is work. Sex workers, united. Carry on. You can get sex. You can get food. You can get beautiful people. You can get sex and food from beautiful people. Mm-hmm. And now you want to say, "Oh no, I want to get married." Think about these kids. I'm just like,
why you bring that up?
Yeah. What? You want me to do this with just you? We found that one person.
Yes.
Do you honestly believe?
Honestly, all you gotta do is find one. I mean, when it boils down to it, you just need to find one.
Yeah.
Now the deal is, what are you doing until you get to that one?
Right.
That's why I think it's a multifaceted question where the internet has allowed you to expand where your sexual prospects for sure. I mean, even if you ain't finding people in your proximity, meaning your work or your school, that could be that's a viable prospect, you can find somebody online at the very least with compensation will be be a prospect and be a good candidate.
Yeah.
But the issue is converting those prospects, those sexual prospects, for marital, and that's where there's a huge discrepancy in that. And okay, well, I could have all this fun, but the deal is, with your sexual prospect, do you think, or do you, in your opinion, do you think that most of the times those are being turned over, converted into marriage?
What those prospects were to me.
Mine is, I don't think there's a conversion process. There's a...
Oh, you think it's one or the other?
Like, no. I get to this point with this person. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's service-based, fast food, right? Nobody's putting food in the refrigerator, guy. Nobody's putting food over there. Like, I put food in the refrigerator, but that's me now. Back then, no, it's fast food. I pulled up. She's a cheeseburger. I'm a willing patron to pay for this cheeseburger. No. Bow. No. I'm leaving McDonald's. McDonald's Facebook is still there.
No.
It's the truth. Facebook is still there, bro. So I'm going to just come back. I'm not going to get the same cheeseburger. Now I want a quarter pounder, bro. I'll just pull up and get that.
I
don't think that the whole committing to the meal I don't think that happens.
So okay, what you're saying?
You could commit to.
I'm saying some do, but majority.
So
don't.
the commitment would be the leftovers essentially. You use it for the second meal, the ongoing meal.
Yeah, you just keep
the huya, if you will. Remember the huya? That you get that you eat that for 2 days.
Yeah.
Right. That's long term relationship in food and fast food for sure.
I don't feel like it's a.
And what you're saying is Facebook more so. Match.com, Tinder, all those other ones. Right. That's McDonald's.
Yeah, I just show up, boom, say my piece, basically make my order. Hey, I'm trying to see if you want to kick it tonight. Cool.
So how would you feel with the meat that's being used, or even the sauce that's being used?
It's not your meat, it's not your sauce.
At Huya's, came from McDonald's. They.
I mean, don't get me wrong. So, I feel like. From our era, when we were out doing it, I feel like, there was this conversion process. Like, oh yeah, I did meet her online, but I thought she was cool.
To know it,
and now,
it was still new. It was fresh.
It's still, I'm still using my traditional style in a new medium. It's like
nowadays that whole style went out the window.
There was a guy I worked with, and he had 3, at least what he said. And pictures and video, 3 women from Tinder in a week and a half time, and the deal is, okay, you're having fun or whatever. Back in our day, you go and you might have fun someone at the club, but you wasn't getting up like it's like oversaturated.
Exactly. It's too much.
And I think it's at a point where you are having there's all work, all play, and there's no work.
No work.
So you get to have as much fun, dilly and dally and all that stuff, way faster. Now, I do think it is exponentially increasing the amount of prospects for sure, and actually bringing them on the team and then getting them on.
But you guys for a team.
Well, I'll say it like this. Back in the day, when you were hollering at, when you were hollering at women and stuff like that, you actually had to put in the work. Like, you couldn't just be like,
you had to get a number.
She didn't, even if she chose you from all the things she heard about you. So it was like, you already there. Nowadays, I saw you, you saw me. We going back here this second.
It ain't even that, Jerm. I saw your profile.
Dang.
Like, we used to have to get 10 digits. Now this not even, and you had to get those 10 digits in person.
Yeah.
First of all, think about it this way.
People slide in people's DMs just by seeing, you were suggested to me. my friend of my cousin of they twin, whatever, know you suggested I should follow. Hey, real quick, what you doing?
What you doing? We should meet. I should be. And then it's out. All right. I'm just saying that's how it feels. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting cynical as I get older, but I just.
I mean, is it? The deal is it's all across the board. People are just having there's way more play and no work, where people can do. They feel empowered. It's almost like it's being encouraged, which honestly it is. There's money behind it. There's a whole economic engine behind it. Have more fun, which also leads to having more kids outside, which makes all that stuff right.
Just keeps rolling.
And now you need us more. That's that. But what is not going to be pushed as much is the marriage part. And even with our generation, we're anomalies. Being married, being married for
5,
6.
Yep, and 10.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Hard. Look, hey, hard. Work. Dedication. It is.
Anybody tell you that there ain't no kind of
it ain't even a daily, it's an hourly choice.
He makes that decision every hour. On
the hour, top and bottom, doggone it.
Talk about real love.
Real rap, bro.
So, should women ask for monogamy if they are not going to rise if they ain't going to provide all the sex necessary? Can you ask for monogamy if you are not the equivalent to the sex that he's having prior to you asking for monogamy?
And the reason I was thinking about this one was because I was listening to the Date Ass podcast and with
DeVal?
Yeah, DeVal Ellison, and he was talking about between him and his wife, and he was like, when you got with me, my sex drive was here, like I could get it from numerous women. Then all of a sudden, you wanted monogamy, and I was like, I love you that much, I will give you that. Oh, you want to get married, I love you that much, I'll give you that. But then when it came to sex, like once you got the ring and everything like that, it was like, I'm tired. You tired, you sleepy. Oh, someone on, like it's so many things. And he brought up the question.
Just to clarify real quick, when you said someone's on, brother, we we're not running red lights.
No.
It's all right.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm good.
Because brother definitely put that on there, and I was like, DeVal, brother, you are solo.
Yeah.
That is on you.
I can wait that week, 9 days. Anything
I get some extra work done. Like,
I can wait 9 days. Don't get me wrong, I'll be frustrated, but I can wait that 9 days.
Keep it a bean. I mean,
when that gets, I don't even get frustrated. I just feel like, okay, cool.
Hallelujah.
And I go right to
At
the
this point.
like go back to whatever I was doing, and then you just gonna let me know. You gonna tell me when it's over? Cool. See me then.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on now. You over your limit now. It's 10
no.
days now. This some bullshit.
First of all, if it goes over, first of all, I don't care who you are. Like, I know there's gonna be someone that's like, everybody don't have the same cycles and stuff. I respect that, but if you on your on that time, your Aunt Flo, however you want to call her, more than 10 days, you need to go to the doctor. I'm sorry, you gotta go to the doctor.
Unless you got the maneuver rings and all that, because
that's more of a spotting situation versus.
Hey, that was just meant to be a joke.
We jumped in.
We can.
We dove right in there.
Hey,
6 feet.
Keep it going.
I'm about to die.
Not in that river.
So the question that you asked here, I feel like that ties right back into social media. How is she gonna compete, bro? I'm not saying that she should be doing her part. But I am saying this.
She should be doing her part.
What I am saying is this. If at this point in time, if you wanted to have a different sexual encounter every day, you could potentially do it. Right. You could hop online and find you somebody every day.
The old country adage is it's better to marry than to burn, right? And that's we heard that just biblically. Mm-hmm. But there's a point where even there's an understanding that you marry by, like, biblically to have sex. Like that's like the first thing. Like,
consummate this marriage.
Like, do it daily. Like, this is be fruitful and multiply does not happen via osmosis. This is supposed to happen together. Now, the issue is that if a woman is to say, if a wife is to say, well, I'm not in the mood, I don't feel it, this, that, and the other. Cool. I don't feel like folding clothes. I don't feel like cleaning the bathroom. I don't feel like paying this bill. I don't feel like greasing your scalp. I mean, we can get real personal.
Don't go there.
I don't want your. You know what I'm saying? You can go on down that list. But the deal is, that's where it goes back to the earlier question of, well, lack of commitment, of understanding that there's a part of love that is, again, a choice. Yeah. And feel all empowerment and all that stuff. Ain't nobody saying, like, oh, you gonna give it up. What did he say on which way is up? He said, open your legs, bitch. We ain't talking about
that was which way is up.
We ain't back in the 70s. We ain't talking about Richard Pryor. No, we ain't talking about that. We're definitely not saying that. What I am saying is there's a part where you feel a part of, well, my love is not so much tied to how I feel, but by what I want to do for you. I don't feel like doing A, B, and C, but I love you enough that I want to go and do this for you. So whether it is having sex or whether it is rubbing a back, sometimes, keep it a bean, if I'm working 5 12-hour shifts, energy ain't there for that. I need you to run this bath and put this Epsom salt in and be quiet.
I'm going to be over here in this Epsom salt.
Now, once I'm relaxed, that's different. But until that
I get to that point,
right? And that it could be, because sometimes there could be women that want to, they have a high sex drive. Yeah. It can go the other way.
Yeah, and that's true.
If a man don't want to, give it to the woman, you're gonna expect the woman to still be there. But there are still other things. Hey, sometimes I may not necessarily want sex. I want you to sit down and learn how to play 2K with me, because I don't understand these mechanics, how it changed from 2K16 to 2K21. This don't make sense. Circle used to be spin. What is it now?
I don't know.
It's emote. I don't get it.
I don't understand.
But nah.
So I mean, it's all. It's not even just with sex. It's really a myriad of things.
But it's the whole idea is that because one of the main reasons they say a lot of guys are not getting married now is because once they get married, things change. Mm-hmm. It's like once you got the bag. Because you know how they tell a lot of men and women to get the bag. Mm-hmm. If you think somebody's the prize, they're the bag. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. So once you get that prize and you got the bag, now all of a sudden you married now. Okay. But some people start taking out of the bag, take all the good candy out. That's like when you get all the Halloween candies and stuff.
And all you got is dots. They done took out all the Snickers.
They done
took out the Reese's. They done took out the Sweethearts.
They didn't even took the Rolos.
Mm-hmm. They left you dots.
Dots in those bottle caps.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and then the worst of the worst. Corn. The worst of the worst.
Like everybody know, candy corn be good for.
But Jeremy, here's the deal though. Here's the deal part of it that people ain't even getting married now.
Yeah.
It's at a point now like it is a less commitment to have a child.
Yeah.
Than it is to be married.
People.
Yeah.
Will.
And then say things change. There's a reason that there's paper, but there's also a commitment and a covenant you make with God. Right. That hey, I'm going to be with you for better or for worse, sick or poor, rich. I got sickness and health, rich or poor. You stay together through those times because it is coming, especially when that child is born. But if you do it in opposite, it makes it harder. Does it make it impossible? No. But there are people that will gladly, with joy, say, for example, see it on social media, Cash Doll. Praise God, I'm having a baby. Not that you're married and having a child and you and your husband. No, you're a single mom. You're celebrating doing that. And they don't even get to the point where I feel like I am needing to show my love through my commitment in sitting down, watching this with you, going doing this with you, having sex or whatever.
Now, because of the fact that everybody's like, oh, well, I could do it myself. I don't need you to actually do it. And like, truth be told, you really don't, but you do. Because you can't offer everything you need.
It's a choice. It's always a choice.
Yes. But you can't offer everything you need to that child, have the career you want, have the money you want, and everything that you want.
Yes, you can. Yes,
Who told you that?
The government will ensure that you give the child everything they need. See, I feel like a lot of the issue is everybody wants to eliminate as much choice as humanly possible. Women and men, and most people who have these
choice
kids,
brings accountability.
Right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
They go get that. I have a child. Why? Because they in their mind they're like, that child's gonna love me regardless. It don't matter how screwed up I am.
It's gonna be me and him against the world.
It's gonna be me, like instantly. I had you, so you're instantly part of the team. You can't trade. You can't do none of that. But the husband, on the other hand, you make him mad too many times, and now you got to understand. Just like you said, I make this decision every hour. The man, you didn't birth me. You didn't give me like I chose to be here, so I can choose to leave.
But even with that, 80% of marriages that are ended by the wife.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not even that the men are dipping.
It's the women. They don't want to commit to you. And
there's still a point where, again, thinking and feeling and strongly believing that I deserve to be happy. Why? Because that's what you see. That's what's put out there, whether it's movies, books, for those who still read, TV, social media, whatever.
There's a lot of people not reading too much anymore.
Right. And so, well, now that's what I deserve. Not that I should work for it. As if it's attainable. Like, there's not a pursuit of happiness. It should be a destination of happiness that I bought this ticket for, and I just need to sit on this seat and get there. The deal is, if there's not a point where you understand that love is not a feeling, it is action. And then also knowing and understanding, okay, having this child, the child is not your husband. That's why you see, little daddy is dressed up like this, that. He swagged out like a grown person at 4 years old with a fade and a fitted and all this. Like, what are we having?
You want the image of that. That's what you want. You want the visuals. You don't want the act
of a man, your man.
You don't want anything that ends in ship.
Oedipus Rex. That's what's going on. There's an Oedipus complex where there is let me have I'm birthing my man and I'm dressing him up the way I want him to be dressed.
Right. I got ultimate control.
Right. And ultimate control. Because why? Because I'm his mama.
Yeah, I removed all choice. He can't choose the way he dressed.
Right.
I bought him J's. He gonna wear those, and I'm gonna fashion him exactly how I want. I'm gonna make.
And how he gonna talk? He gonna talk the way I want him to talk.
If I want him to be in his emotions and compassion and all that, he'll be in his emotions, compassion and all that.
This is something for the people. This something they need to hear.
But it makes total sense.
Well, it's the whole fact that it's like we got all these things going on. Nobody really wants to truly talk about it. They want the basically everything fixed the way that they want it fixed. It's like, have it your way. Like, I want to make my burger my way. I want everything exactly.
Burger King don't even have that no more. Yeah. Burger King says, hey, you ain't gonna have it your way. You can feel like a king though. His little crown cut out, put on your head. Yeah. Like it's not there's an understanding that people will even go to their job and think, oh no, you need to do this, or better yet, they don't go to a job. They just continue to file for unemployment or whatever. And it's like, bro, you have to work at some point.
But that's the thing.
How dare you ask me to go get a job and take care of myself?
Really, what's going on is nobody wants anything that ends in ship, bro. I don't want to, cause a ship is it's a ride across some stormy seas, tough. Some ups and some downs. I don't want a partnership because my partner might not be pulling their weight, and the ship is still a stormy sea. I don't want no relationship, no friendship, no this, no. I don't want no ships.
You ain't want a championship. Everybody get a trophy.
Everybody.
I don't even want to fight hard.
I don't want to do none of that. Literally, the world has been conditioned to remove all work and want to know why things don't work.
Well, it's because there's no work.
There's no work.
Yes.
There's no work.
Clearly, that's the part that's gonna break up. And when you go to render this, that's the part's gonna break up because you can't tell the secret.
It's like you'll build a crazy big engine, but you got nothing to power the engine.
Right.
So I don't care how amazing it looks. A lot of relationships, you see these people. Oh, I got the booty, the eyes, and the face. I got the man on. I got all these things. I got everything as far as it looks. I got candy paint on the car that sits in my front yard.
Rusting.
I can't drive nowhere.
It's rust on the inside though. It ain't rust on the outside because it's wrapped.
No,
it's wrapped.
I wash that car every day.
Right.
I stay washing it because I need people to think when they look at it. I want somebody to have the audacity to ask me for a ride, and I explain how I'm too busy. I can't do it right now. But in reality,
it's just seized up.
I can't drive. It don't work. It don't work.
And I taught that to my child, and then they taught it to their child, and then they taught it to their child, and then it just keeps happening.
It's an ornament.
Nah. Okay, but back to that main topic.
That's why.
Okay, but before any woman thinks I'm on here saying that, you should give it up no matter what at any point in time, I'm not saying that. I don't think any man on here is saying that. But there comes a point that don't look that way, Mike. But I'm just saying, it comes a point in time where it's like you can't keep hitting excuses, and then you don't want no excuses yourself.
No.
Oh, if you don't want an excuse for me to be faithful, you don't want, why I was unfaithful.
No, what I would like them to do, if you have an excuse every time as far as why you can't, I want you to take that into consideration and go and find you some help. Go find somebody who can figure out, well, because every time it ain't a headache. Mm-hmm. Or if it is a headache, then
we need to
medically
be at someone.
Diagnose
we need to be
why
somewhere
do
in
you
the
have
doctor's
a
office
headache
right now.
every time I ask you this question. Because it's something underlying. Because typically that's a natural phenomenon. And I'm certain we were doing it before we got here. So now that we are here in this marriage,
what is it?
Why is it such a
Is it because it's paper?
time?
This paper don't mean nothing.
No, in reality, if that's the case, be like, hey, if I have to divorce you to get to this part, and we like, if you want us to go back to a situationship to make that work,
we can do this every Tuesday. We just go.
I'll pay $50. I'll take you to the courthouse. We'll do the honeymoon. We'll get divorced.
We'll cancel cable though. Cable's gone, but we gotta pay this every Tuesday. It's gonna happen.
If there's such if there's such an issue with it, as far as you have to have an excuse every time, then I would like you to stop lying to yourself. I would like you to stop lying to your partner, male or female. Stop it.
Well,
you don't want to do it with that person, and just say that. Or if it's not that you don't want to do it with that person, you really just don't feel like it. It's a key indicator that there's something wrong. Because in my opinion, sex is pretty pleasurable. Yeah. People like to do it. Mm-hmm. So if you
say that it's overrated,
you just
even if you talk to people that have been married, those silver anniversary, 25 years, 50 years, 60, 65 years, or whatever. If you talk to the wife. She'll say it's her job, it's her duty, and it doesn't sound good to us as in our age and the way that we grew up and all that stuff because it's been so romanticized. It's not looked at as a need for men. It's not looked at as something that we actually like. It is a need, a metaphysical, like it's on that list. Now it ain't food.
It ain't food.
It ain't shelter. It's on that list, though.
It's on that top.
But I'm saying because women have a need to feel secure, right?
Right.
So in order for you to keep your needs fulfilled, then why would you starve the person who you want that from?
Well, actually, it's paradoxical because there's a point where somebody's gonna have to start. So if there is a point. And that is a level of maturity that some people that they may not be there yet. Where even if it has not yielded the results that you wanted, you may still have to set up this spa date and do this and do that. And you may have to be the vulnerable person. I think a lot of times people don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be left out and they fall on their face because it hurts.
Don't like it.
And so good. Why would I go and expose myself by, setting this up, putting all this time, energy, money into making this all special and all this stuff just for you to fall asleep before it's time to get down with the kid down. You felt great though.
You had a great time.
You had a wonderful time.
But when it came time to do the work,
I got to get up in the morning.
I tended to the soil. I planted the seed. I watered the seed. I maintained the environment. The seed did not grow. Are you saying that I'm a bad farmer or that the soil isn't fertile? One of them is the issue. There's a disconnect here.
Well, okay, so there's also kind of a thing now where it's also the feminism deal where again you get to not be objectified as a sex object.
I ain't marry a feminist.
hold on. But you get to
I don't mind
don't objectify me, but I get to be this, right? So liberated. You get to do your choice, right?
Right.
Where then even in a marriage that is, well, it's my body, it's my choice. It's like,
oh well, this is my dick, and I'm gonna go over and get it from somebody else.
But I'm just saying, no. As
that's
awkward,
very hard.
as
I know
awkward
it sounds harsh
and rude as that sounds, I agree.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I disagree.
If you don't preach choice and not give me mine.
Mm-hmm.
Again, equal rights, equal lefts. There's a point where basically if you really want the full choice, the full scope of freedom ain't free. I mean, even if you're in prison, you still get shelter, you still get clothes, still get food. When you're out in this world, you are on your own. You have that choice. That's that freedom. You get to live as great or as poorly as you want to.
Right.
And the deal is, when there's a time where this is a time where women are entering a marriage where they think, well, it's my body, my choice, 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you then take away my choice?
Right.
Why is it that it's wrong for me to even want sex? Just bottom line. Let alone I want it from you, and then I can't dare say I want it from someone else. But then you still get the choice of, well, then I don't want to.
But that's the whole thing.
Rap on you, go ahead.
Okay, because like you were saying, the lefts and rights. My thing is, I'm a fair and honest person. I like being fair. I'm not gonna ask my wife to do nothing I don't. I cook, I clean, I do everything I'm supposed to. And the reason I say these things is not because I want to, but because I'm like, hey, I'm here building my house. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I really gonna screw them dishes. Man, I don't feel like cleaning up no living room, but then I still get in there and do those things. Why? Because it helps my household. Mm-hmm. Because everything I'm doing is not just for me, it's for everything I'm building. My house, my family, the love of my life, my children, everything. Now, as a wife, and I'm not saying everybody should do the same thing, but if you're not doing what you supposed to do to make your household grow, and yes, sex makes your household grow.
It does.
Physical or mental, however you want to look at it. Because when your man happy and all that kind of stuff, it makes things easier for you. Let's be honest. When your man happy and he ain't got no stress or nothing on his plate,
sometimes when I'm delivering the way I'm delivering, I feel like I'm making you more happy than I'm actually getting. Because I'm just saying.
This is one-sided.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on now. Sometimes she just wanted it, and I'm like, no.
Hey,
and I still do it.
Hey, simmer down.
Come on,
You're
bro.
enjoying this way too much.
But I'm just saying, like, the fact of the matter, we're both doing these things to help our household out. If you don't enjoy sex, you should have told me that before we got married. I would have made other options.
And my thing is, if you don't enjoy sex, then you need to, at that point, say, that's something I can't provide for you. So what I will let you do, take your choice and go find somebody else to get you that portion of this marriage.
Or there's sex therapy. There's a whole bunch of things.
A la carte that whole thing. Hey.
Not a la carte.
Look.
Hey.
I thought this was a package deal. Obviously, I left out the side that you actually
that
wanted.
bag's in the cart. It's on the cart. He got to go back to the store.
Yeah, go find somebody to get you that.
Take the receipt now.
Don't
forget the receipt.
Got the meat, potato, cheese.
You already got that.
But when it comes to the candied yams over there, hey.
You left them.
We left mashed potatoes with that brown gravy. Yeah, that right there.
You wanted that on my bad. I didn't know. I don't actually cook that. Go back over there to somebody get it for you.
Or go just get me the book. Get me the book, and maybe I can learn how to.
And that's cool. Even if you need to learn.
But do you see what that is though? That's choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so if again there's a point again that's that level of maturity that hey, I need to get better. I need to do everything to that. All of this helps the house go better. Okay, cool. You got empty balls. You have a great day. You have a clean house. You have a good day. You have empty balls. You make more money. You get to go buy the stuff you want. You get to spend that money that I just made more of. Like it ain't even a give. It's a give and give and a give and a give and a give because you're both giving and you give and then you give. Hey, I got this. Let me give it back to you.
It's a barter system.
Reciprocity.
I got some of this and you need some of this, but I need some of that. Here.
Can you do that? Can you get up when you hear that rumbling and all that stuff going outside the room? Can you go check that out? Are you gonna go do that? Oh, I'm gonna go do that, right? Cool. All right. When I get back, there's an invoice.
It was 2 possums and a roach wrestling. I'm back.
I got the receipt.
There's an invoice here.
Hey, I paid already with this.
But
I got the receipt.
But and the reason I made the point earlier to not even just stay on necessarily the subject of sex is that it's anything that is your love language.
Yeah.
It's anything that means something to you. If it's quality time, if it's, hey, someone may have sex with you, do all the freaky nasty stuff with it, all that, right? And then disrespect you like no other.
True.
They will cut you down. It don't matter. So it's like it's not even necessarily just sex. Sex is important. So I skirt the issues, right?
Yeah.
Shelter, food,
water,
sex, water. Look out. There's water and food. You ever had watermelon?
Water. You're right. Point taken.
But there's other things that it's not. Hey, whether it's sex, whether it's make sure that you are in the right place to talk to our kids. Make sure that if I'm needing you to come over to my mama's house, that it's not a problem. It's multiple levels, and then granted, sex is important. I don't know if I said that before.
You said that,
yeah.
But I
didn't say it this time though.
I heard you. I didn't hear you before. I heard you now though.
Right.
That's what's important.
But there are things that you have to be willing to make a choice on, and understand that's what life is about. I mean, your life right now is the sum of all the choices you made.
Right.
And you can continue to make choices that can either make it better or worse. You can choose if your marriage turns out to be the same as your parents. Mm-hmm. And that could be a good or a bad thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can choose that your children are raised the way that you were raised. That could be a good or a bad thing.
Right.
And all of that, and the deal is with making that choice, there are receipts. That's called life. It's consequences. You make that choice, you're going to be held accountable. Why did you do that? Why did you go and slut yourself out to all of greater North Texas?
Mm-hmm. And lower.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of Oklahoma. Why did you do that? And now you think that you're gonna you're gonna get a husband
a meaningful
that
relationship.
and you're gonna and
he's gonna be in North Texas.
And you don't have no work you have to do, and you just gonna step into the success he already has. Mm-hmm. Or you think you get with someone, fine, you didn't even slut yourself out. Okay, you were modest and meek. You don't think you still get with someone else that's also modest and meek, and there's work that's required? It requires it. You can't plant a seed and say, all right, job is done. You can't even buy a packet of seeds and say, done. You at least gotta open it. You gotta put this in the soil. There's something.
There's work required.
And if that is not an understanding going into a relationship or whatever, it's just gonna be, hey, I'm someone will choose. I'm going to go find someone else, and then they could possibly get that there.
With that said, shout outs.
So as always, love to shout out my beautiful wife. Love you. Yesterday was my 35th birthday. Had a good time. My wife always does something special for me, sweet for me. I appreciate everything she does for me. Also like to shout out her businesses. Yanni Like Mine, Hold up. Trace is like mine. Sorry. She got a couple of them. And then she had Wasted Desires. They're on Facebook, Instagram. They've started up their website. I don't know what the name of the website actually is.
We're going to find the name next time.
We're going to find the name.
And not have that name.
But y'all check them out. Also,
Equal
check
rights.
out the podcast.
Equal loves.
Y'all check out the podcast. We're on everything. If you can't find us, you don't want us. It's something, the number 4, DA people.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, share.
I'm gonna shout out Jeremy because he's 35 now. He walked with Jesus. It's cool.
Okay.
What? I'm just saying.
Everybody always want to act like they so much younger than me.
Look,
But
as
we
long
are.
as long as I'm younger than you,
But we
though,
are.
I'm so much younger than you.
But I look younger than both of you. Yes, I do. Ask your wives.
Let's keep going.
Uh-huh.
The lies we tell to sleep at night.
Yeah, you say so, sir.
It's daytime.
You say so, sir.
But anyway, shout him out. Good fellow. Shout out my cousin Mike. When he figure out what he want to do, we'll support you. Shout out my cousin Tyler Bailey. Luxury clothes by Luxury Guy. And it's Tyler Bailey is the line. DJ. Got to shout out DJ For Your Ambition. It's a podcast. He shoots it. He does it. He also working with a whole nother group of people. I don't know their names. I know DJ though, so I'm gonna shout him out. Stating facts here. Shout out D-Mac. He's a barber. He cuts hair. I should see him one day. I don't know when. One day though. Outside of that, shout out my mom. Hey mom. That's about it.
I'm Mike. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Anytime.
This is kind of a long time coming. Just to shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the topics and everything. If I was to do any shout outs, shout out my frat. This is a lot more than just a organization. It's the brotherhood.
Yeah.
Personally, anyone that needs help or just have any questions about finances or anything like that, my name is Michael Johnson. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I can help you with your life insurance, with your retirement plans, long-term goals, or anything like that. Let me know.
All right. Top notch. This has been another episode. Peace.
Be easy.
All right. Exceptional.